We'll call the City Council regular meeting to order for Monday, December 16th, 2024. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor Hoyt.
Here.
Councilmember Lean.
Here.
Councilmember Wilson.
Here.
Councilmember Burnjum.
Here.
All right, any changes to the agenda? Nick?
Nope.
Katie?
No.
Steve?
None.
Lynn? Anybody else? All right, seeing no changes, I will seek a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Katie, second by Nick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, first item is item 5.1, which is a donation from the Farmington Fire Relief Association to the City of Farmington. Lynn?
Thank you. We would like to welcome the Fire Relief Association to our meeting tonight, and they would like to donate $20,000 to the city. So we would invite them up if they want to speak. No? So here they're presenting a check for $20,000 that they have raised through their gambling proceeds, the pull tabs that they do. So part of that is to donate to the community. So they are donating the $20,000, and I'm going to ask them to come up here and I'll take a picture of them.
All right.
All right.
Big thank you.
Do you want us to come around, Lynn, or do you want it just like this?
Why don't you go over just a little bit there?
We can move out behind you guys, yeah.
Okay.
Then we're not off.
Very informal.
And now Amy's leaving. Perfect.
Thank you.
Sure you guys don't want to say anything?
Good first meeting.
We're good. Well, thank you very much. And thank you to all the rest of the members of the Relief Association and to the residents and the businesses who made this possible. Thank you very much. With that, I would seek a motion to adopt Resolution 2024 TAC 113, accepting a donation of $20,000 from the Farmington Fire Relief Association to the City of Farmington.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Katie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Moving on to item 6 is citizen comments. Is anyone in attendance wishing to speak? Feel free to do it this time. Seeing none, we'll move on to item 7, the consent agenda. Seek a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Katie, second by Nick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
I'm also an aye, so
Okay, thank you.
quick on Johnny in the spot there,
All
sorry.
right, all good. All right, next item on the agenda is 8.1. This agenda item is a public hearing for the 2025 fee schedule. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and open the public hearing for the 2025 fee schedule. And Lynn, you'll take this.
All right, thank you. So each year, the city reviews and makes recommendations on fees charged for work items, rentals, and services performed. A public hearing is held tonight to hear of any objections or comments that people may have regarding the fee increases or changes. The management team reviewed the fees for 2024, and they have made their recommendations for 2025. And in the memo, it talks about several of the changes, but I just wanted to highlight these changes are making our fees more consistent, and they are streamlining, especially within the building official, the building department area, where they have plumbing and mechanical, a lot of different changes because someone might be going out, a city employee, to an inspection, and we are not collecting our fees as we probably should be with how many times they have to go back and forth to City Hall for approval. So they're really trying to streamline those and recoup expenses. Rambling River Center's some changes with the remodel, and I see we no longer take VCR rentals. So that was, I know, I was like, that's no more VCR at Rambling River Center. And some other changes, as you're aware, we did a utility rate study with Ellers. So those changes are incorporated in the fee schedule as well. And park dedication fee, those were removed as well with ordinance changes that we made.
The park development fee.
I'm sorry,
was
park
removed.
development
Yep.
fee, yes. So with that, if anyone has any comments, otherwise I would ask for a motion to approve the changes for 2025 fee schedule.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Nick, any questions? No. All right, Katie, any questions?
None.
Steve? All right, because this is a public hearing, if there's anyone in attendance that would like to speak on this, feel free to do so at this time. All right, seeing none, then I will go ahead and close the public hearing at this time. Any other comments, questions, or deliberation by council? All right, seeing none, then I will seek a motion to approve the 2025 fee schedule and pass ordinance. Real quick here. Amy, is it technically ordinance 2024 TAC 14, or would it be 2025 TAC 14?
I believe it would be 2024 since you're adopting it today.
Okay. But it is the 25.
It is for it's starting in January 2025.
Okay, but it is the 25 fee schedule, not
Yes,
the 24 fee
yes.
schedule. Okay, so then I'll seek a motion to approve the 2025 fee schedule and pass ordinance 2024 TAC 14, establishing charges and fees for licenses, permits, and other city approvals and services for calendar year 2025.
Yeah.
Motion.
Motion by Nick,
Second.
second by Katie. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lean,
Yes.
Councilmember Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Burgum,
Yes.
Mayor Hoyt.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to our next item, item 8.2. This next agenda item is also a public hearing for the on-sale intoxicating and on-sale Sunday club and on-sale Sunday and on-sale wine, 3-2 beer, and intoxicating malt liquor license renewals for 2025. Lynn?
Per city code, a public hearing must be held to issue or renewal on-sale intoxicating liquor license, on-sale Sunday liquor license, on-sale wine license, 3.2 beer, and intoxicating malt liquor license and club license. All the applicants and fees and insurance have been received for the following license renewals, and all applications have been reviewed and approved by the police chief. So on-sale intoxicating liquor and on-sale Sunday liquor license are This Little Piggy Catering, Bourbon Butcher, Kelt's Pub and Grill, El Churro Mexican Restaurant, Farmington Lanes, Farmington Tap House, Las Enchiladas, and Pizza Man. For club and on-sale Sunday license, VFW. And then based on the criminal background check, staff is recommending a denial of a renewal application for Mr. Blair. And then there's a resolution attached to the memo. So action requested tonight is to conduct the public hearing and hold a motion to approve the above listed liquor license renewal for 2025 and adopt resolution 2024-115 denying liquor license renewal for Blair.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
I'll officially open the public hearing since I didn't do it with the agenda item there. Any questions for staff? Nick,
I have no questions.
Katie, or Steve?
None.
All right. Because it is a public hearing, if there's anyone in attendance wishing to speak, do so at this time. All right, seeing none, then I will close the public hearing at this time. Is there any other questions or deliberations?
No.
All right, my only question then for Amy is, can we do this by single motion for both the approval and adopt resolution, or by separate?
I would do it separately.
Separate? Okay. So first, I'd seek a motion to approve the above listed liquor license renewals for 2025 as stated.
Motion to approve?
Motion by
Second.
Katie, second by Steve. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Wilson?
Yes.
Councilmember Burgum?
Yes.
Mayor Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilmember Lean?
Yes.
All right, and then I would seek a motion to adopt resolution 2024 TAC 115 denying the liquor license renewal.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
Motion by Steve.
Second.
Second by Nick. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Wilson?
Yes.
Councilmember Burgum?
Yes.
Mayor Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilmember Bernance? Oh, I'm sorry, Councilmember Lean. Sorry.
Yes.
All right,
Have it.
thank you, ma'am. Moving on, next item on the agenda is 8 TAC 3. Again, this next agenda item is a public hearing for a petition to vacate a drainage and utility easement over PID 14 TAC 82500 TAG 00 TAG 040, Outlot D, Vermillion Grove. Tony.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. The action that we're requesting this evening is to continue this public hearing. We continued it at the November 18th meeting. The applicant is still in the process of updating their plat for the proposed Aiken Knoll plat. We envision that the plat and this vacation will happen at that January 21st regular meeting. No sense in vacating the easement without having the plat being approved. So that's the reason we are requesting the continuation of this public hearing. So the action that is requested this evening is to continue the public hearing to the January 21st regular city council meeting.
Thank you, sir. And Amy, for clarification, can I just do that, or that's by motion and second? To continue the public hearing?
Different cities do it differently. I apologize. This is
That's okay.
still
I would-
coming up to speed with.
That's right. We'll do it by motion then.
It's cleaner to do it by motion.
I think we should do it
Okay.
since it's on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me. I seek a motion to continue the public hearing to the January 21st regular city council meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Steve.
Second.
Second by Nick. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Burgum.
Yes.
Mayor Hoyt.
Yes.
Councilmember Lean.
Yes.
Councilmember Wilson.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is 8 TAC 4. Again, this is a public hearing for the vacation of certain easements within Outlot A, Vermillion Valley Development. I'll open the public hearing at this time. Tony.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. Before you this evening is a request to vacate certain easements within Outlot A of the Vermillion Valley Development Plat. As council is aware, we approved a conditional use permit for a 168 unit market rate apartment known as the Rye with Yellow Tree Development earlier this year. That project is underway. As part of that overall development, the city has developed plans for the reconstruction and realignment of the intersection of Duchesne Parkway and Spruce Street. So what we'll see, instead of the round or the square about that's there, it will actually come straight down T into Spruce Street, Duchesne will, and then head off directly west, basically through the Vida Ativa development and to eventually Pilot Knob extension. So with that, there's certain easements that are already in place that need to be vacated. On top of that, a permanent easement has been executed by the Adelman family, or Adelman Farm LLC, who is the owner of Outlot A, for a permanent public roadway, drainage and utility, trail and landscaping easement. This will account for the southern half right-of-way of Spruce Street through this Outlot A, which is 35 feet. If we recall, we did take 35 feet from Yellow Tree as part of their plat on their land for the northern portion of the right-of-way. So between the realignment and reconstruction of Spruce Street that's planned and then the execution of that easement, it is appropriate to vacate the easements that are shown here in red within the outlot. And per state statute, the council must conduct a public hearing regarding the proposed vacation after public and posted notice of said vacation has been done, which it has. Therefore, the action that is requested this evening is, after any public comment is taken, close the public hearing regarding the vacation of certain easements within Outlot A, Vermillion Valley Development, and adopt resolution 2024 TAC 112, vacating certain easements within Outlot A of the Vermillion Valley Development Plat. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Steve, any questions?
None.
Katie?
None.
Nick?
I got nothing.
All right, seeing this as a public hearing, if there's anyone in attendance wishing to speak on the agenda item, please come forward at this time. Seeing none, I will go ahead and close the public hearing at this time. Any other questions, comments, statements? None?
No.
All right, and seek a motion to adopt resolution 2024 TAC 112, vacating certain easements within Outlot A of the Vermillion Valley Development Plat.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Katie,
Second.
second by Steve. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Hoyt.
Yes.
Councilmember Lean.
Yes.
Councilmember Wilson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burgum.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda, under new business, is 12.1, ordinance amendments to Title 10, Chapters 2, 5, and 6 of the Farmington City Code as it relates to cannabis business. Tony.
Thank you, it's me again. Before you this evening is an ordinance amendment, as the mayor had indicated, for Title 10, Chapters 2, 5, and 6 of the code as it relates to cannabis business. For the Section 2, we are adding 4 definitions to the code. The first is cannabis cultivation, which is a use involving the licensed growing and harvesting of cannabis. Cannabis or hemp manufacturing, an establishment or use of land which involves the compounding, processing, packaging, wholesaling, testing, treatment, transportation, or delivery of cannabis or hemp products. Cannabis retail, a licensed establishment where cannabis flowers, immature cannabis plants, and seedlings and related products are allowed by law or sold to individual consumers who are at least 21 years of age. And then the last definition is lower potency hemp edible retail, which is a licensed establishment where lower potency hemp edible products are sold to individual consumers who are at least 21 years of age. These are the uses that we are defining within the zoning and placing into the various zoning districts, which gets us to Chapter 5. Again, placing these as conditional uses within each of these districts. As you recall, when we had the various work sessions and with Planning Commission, we talked about how we wanted to not necessarily control, but actually have some say in these particular uses. And the way you do that is through the conditional use permit process, which gets approved through the Planning Commission. For cannabis cultivation outdoor, we are placing that in our A1 agricultural zoning district. For cannabis cultivation indoor, that would be our A1 and our industrial district or I district. Cannabis or hemp manufacturing in our industrial district. And then for cannabis retail and the lower potency hemp edible, we have those as conditional uses in our B1, B2, B3, our Spruce Street mixed use, and our mixed use commercial and industrial. Those are what we discussed at the last work session with the Planning Commission, so we just carried those over. The last thing that we did, and I apologize, this is small, but what we did was we created Section 31 within Section 6, which is business standards for cannabis. This creates the need to provide evidence of a state license for a proposed cannabis business. Includes the limit standard as outlined in state statute of no more than 1 cannabis retail business per 12,500 residents, and establishes hours of operation for cannabis retail and lower potency edible hemp. So for instance, the cannabis retail, the hours of operation would be between 8 a.m., 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and between 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. on Sunday. And then for the lower potency, that would be prohibited between the hours of 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and between 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. on Sunday. Again, to mirror what basically liquor is. So that the Planning Commission did review this ordinance at their December 10th regular meeting. They held a public hearing regarding it. They voted 5-0 to recommend approval of the ordinance. The action that is requested this evening is to adopt ordinance 2024 TAC 13, amending Title 10, Chapters 2, 5, and 6 of the Farmington City Code as it relates to cannabis business.
Thank you, sir. Katie, questions, comments?
My only comment is I really appreciate the collaboration with the Planning Commission on this topic over the last few months. I think they've provided us some really good things to consider, and we've had some great discussion about it. And I think that the city is taking the right approach here this evening in how we're adopting this.
Thank you. Steve?
Yeah, I would echo Katie's comments. The one thing I was going to ask you, Tony or Deanna, you know, the state has really botched their end of this whole process. And of course, last week, you know, they decided to close down the early lottery and the social equity component, and it's just a complete mess. So do we feel confident with how we've got this part set up from our end that we're good to go with that part of it?
I feel confident with it now. Like any new ordinance, there may be a chance that we come back and revisit it in a couple of years if we find that things aren't working or things change. But as of right now, I feel comfortable with where we stand with it.
Yeah, I think that would be the one recommendation I would make, is kind of keep your pulse on it, kind of compare maybe even what other municipalities are doing.
Absolutely.
I also want to thank you for giving me the early eye exam check. I think I'm going to check out with that.
I
can
do
actually,
apologize for that.
being a really old person, I'm like, gosh, I can read those words. I'm happy about that. So thank you very much.
Nick?
Oh, no, I feel bad because I couldn't read them and I'm way closer than this, but, no, I appreciate all the nice summary that you put together. It's kind of the result of a lot of discussion that's gone on really well amongst the planning commission and the staff, and it's obviously not it can be a contentious topic at times, and I think we handled it really well and logically, I guess. I guess Steve kind of hinted at it, but I'm kind of curious, you know, when we talk about the suspension of the equity licensing, things like that, that's mostly just to us, just a delay in how long before this kind of hits us, but only on the retail side, right? That doesn't affect the manufacturing or any of the other categories besides retail, right?
I should use this microphone. I don't like using the microphone if I don't have to. Yes and no. All of the social equity part of the early licensing and such that was supposed to happen with the state is really, you know, about the state processes, and where the city has authority is over the retail and that sort of thing. But you're right that because they can't issue the licenses for this because of the social equity aspect of it, it does delay when manufacturing and growing can start within the various districts and under the conditional uses that you've established.
So it does apply to all of them, not just the retail.
It should affect all of it, as I understand it.
Okay. Then the second question is kind of more in Steve's, is if things are kind of up in the air, I mean, do we have the ability to change an ordinance shorter than in a couple of years from now, if there is a curveball that comes out of all of these?
Absolutely,
right?
we
Like, if it's even shorter than, 2 years from now. So make
Absolutely.
sure we have grounds to go revisit that close. That'd be all I have for questions.
Tony, thank you, not only to the planning commission, but to you and the time that we've put in over the last, what, is it a year and a half now or 2.5 years? Either way, it's been too long, right? We were slow in responding intentionally, right? It's just waiting for the state and the Office of Cannabis Management to kind of get their stuff together. Start to set the guardrails. Planning commission went back, had the preliminary ordinance. We work session together, kind of tighten it up a little bit. They came back, and I'm very, very pleased as to where we finished. Knock on wood that we don't have to go back and change things multiple times over, but we'll see what happens with the private market. But thank you. It's good to get to this. With that, I would seek a motion to adopt ordinance 2024 TAC 13, amending Title 10, Chapters 2, 5, and 6 of the Farmington City Code as it relates to cannabis businesses.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Nick,
Second?
second by Katie. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Wilson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burnham.
Yes.
Mayor Hoyt.
Yes.
Councilmember Lean.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, Amy, we have a rule when we go to roundtable. Everybody has to bring an item, and I know you didn't get the memo, so your predecessor often liked to throw out the judicial updates and things within the district courts.
I've heard about the bison.
Yep, the bison.
I will disappoint you in this area today, I'm sorry to say, but next time I'll come.
All right, fair enough. Nick?
I just want to say thank you to Katie. If my calendar is correct, this is your last one again, so I appreciate you stepping back up. You didn't have to. We obviously know how taxing this can be, so the fact that you're willing to sit here again says a lot, so I appreciate your help. And then the police department, I know we're not supposed to play favorites, but you guys saved my life this time of year when I get to go there and kind of feel the uplift of the community, all showing up for wrapping day and doing all the things. And I don't know, there's just something that hits different about it that just renews you and gets you back out there. So thank you.
Sure, I'll build off both things that you said. It's been really fun to watch all the positive comments all over social media over the last 2 weeks with all the activities happening in town. And I think it's a great testament to our residents in this community and how they've come together. And so thank you for all that you guys have done to support those initiatives as well. Thank you for asking me to come back for the last 7 months. It's been an interesting ride. But I hope you guys all know you know where to find me if you guys ever need anything in the future, and always happy to serve this community. So thanks for having me.
I wanted to thank our staff. I know all of our staff are not here, but, you know, Lynn and some of our management team, John, Deanna, you know, Kelly, our first responders over there. And they, over the course of the year, have done a lot on behalf of the council and in collaboration with the council. So there's just so much appreciation that I have for everything that you and your team put in during the course of the year. And Katie, I am going to miss sitting next to you for a second time. You know, you've been, you know, the great part about you coming in is you just pretty much hit the ground and you knew the city, you knew what was going on. And I've really appreciated you being here, even if I haven't agreed with you 100% of the time. So looking forward to Jake stepping in and filling this seat, but thank you so much for what you've given back to the city again. Appreciate it.
Lynn?
So I would like to thank Joshua Threet and Adam Fisher again for coming and donating to the city. It's greatly appreciated. They do a lot of great work within the community as well. So we thank the fire relief. Katie, thank you. You, like everyone said, you were a great step in and hit the ground running, and we greatly appreciate all your work that you do and the sacrifices you made. So we appreciate you. Amy Schmidt, welcome to the city of Farmington. We appreciate you being here. And also we want to thank Leah Koch for being our city attorney. She was great. We loved her. And we appreciate all of her wisdom that she provided us. And yeah, she'll be missed, but we welcome you to the team.
I know
So.
I have big shoes to fill. She's 6 inches taller than me.
I was going to say literal or figurative?
And then also, wow, the lighted holiday parade, what a fantastic event. First time for the parade. It was amazing to see the businesses that took a leap of faith and signed up for a parade float. We had 26 spots in the parade. I think it's already growing for next year. Thank you, Rotary members, and thank you for Homestead Church for collaborating. I always like to say, like we all say, we always have so much more when we work together. So that was a true testament for that. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Deanna?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I do want to thank all of you, and thank you, Katie, I appreciate the opportunity to work with you. We have definitely had a strong year with lots of things happening, and we're ending the year strong. I'm really proud of the groundbreaking that we had for the Rye Apartment and Revolution Fitness, and all of those projects matter to this community, and I'm happy to be involved with a team that also supports all of that. So we are definitely ending the year strong, and we're looking forward to 2025. So again, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. John?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. A few quick updates. We are now bidding for the removal of an additional 216 ash trees and 122 stumps, so you'll see the results of that bid process come to you in January. We're also bidding for the Well 1 and Well 2 abandonment, which is right near Rambling River Center, so that building will be coming down. Most of the work is underground, abandoning the wells and filling the caverns for the wells. The salt shed construction will take place in the spring of 2025. The reason for that, our preferred location, we found that we'd have to do soil corrections up to about 23 feet deep in some areas, just because it seems like a lot of whatever wasn't good for the maintenance facility site got pushed into that area. And so we repositioned it, and we've got new soil borings. We're down to 7 feet of possible soil correction, which is a huge improvement. But that meant that we delayed it until spring. So we've already taken delivery of the shed. It's sitting on its maintenance facility, and we'll do the correction in the spring and move forward from there. A reminder that there will be no water board meeting this month due to action taken by the water board at last month's meeting. And just a reminder, we have recycling for holiday lights through the end of January. We have a container here, and I believe at the liquor stores also.
Awesome. Thank you. Kelly.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Want to thank you, Katie. It was a pleasure to work with you again and wish you well and hopefully see you on the Greenway sometime behind your house there. Open Door Food Pantry is tomorrow. Remember, it's at Faith United Methodist Church. The address there is 710 8th Street. It's from 3 to 4:30 p.m. Last month was the first time at Faith United Methodist Church, and they picked up an additional 25 families. So just a reminder that it's tomorrow. Last week, park maintenance staff started flooding ice rinks. We had skaters at Disted Park over the weekend. Early in the weekend, I should say. The rain didn't really help us, but we're aiming still for a Monday opening of the warming houses. If you remember, we have warming houses at the Ramley River Park, just south of Dodge Middle School, and then at Disted Park. We also flood a pleasure rink at Farmington Elementary School for the students there as well. So we're hoping to still be open on Monday. Check the city's website, Facebook. It is a no school day, so our plan to be open 10:30 to 9 p.m. that day at the warming houses. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief?
So January starts our recruitment for 2025. Basically the outline is going to be in the currents. Check our social media out with the hiring process, all the informational meetings that we're going to be having, all the recruitments that we're going to be doing for that. Just keep your eyes out for that. It's been a busy year. I know we still have a few weeks left of the year, but this one's been kind of busy for us, so we're hoping that's a little bit quiet for the remainder of the year. But, you know, we're always there when you call 911.
Thank you, sir. Chief?
A couple of things real quick. I will echo what everybody else is saying. Katie, it was fantastic having you back. Takes a lot of courage to step back into that seat after experiencing it once and getting out. You got drawn right back in. We'll see if that happens again, right? Second thing I'd like to bring up is I'd like to highlight something out of your consent agenda tonight. We are bringing back Sergeant Cassie Redmond, and I, for one, could not be more excited about that. I'm super happy to bring her back home here where I think she belongs. And lastly, to Councilmember Lean's point, Toys for Town was amazing, like it always is. It's so uplifting to see what happens when a community just wraps its arms around itself and uplifts everybody. And I'll get more into more detail on that probably at the second meeting in January when we do the donation acceptance and whatever. But it was fantastic, like it always was. Thank you to everybody that helped.
Thank you, sir. Tony? I mean, you had an action-packed agenda. I just, you know. All right? Okay. Yeah, Toys for Town, that is an unbelievable thing to see. It's an unbelievable thing to be a part of, to watch the community over the weeks and months leading up to it, and how we show up for each other, right? Everything kind of gets put aside at holiday season, and we're all there for each other, and to watch what the program has become. And I mean, you almost get immune to the fact that we serve 130 plus families and somewhere between 350 and 400 kids. It just, the gravity of that and the size and scale is such that, but that's our normalcy, right? Like that's our norm of what we serve. Some partnership with the Lakeville Public Safety Committee and them helping out, big thanks to South Metro SWAT for showing up to help deliver with the Bearcat, and as always, the fire department and the PD and all the businesses, everyone who shows up for that event. It is truly life-changing in so many ways. One of the proudest things that we do as a community, hands down. Got a little bit of a dose of weather here, and saw the salt trucks out. We'll keep those blades off the pavement for a while yet, but definitely we got some more moisture coming. So just be mindful, even mornings like today, you know, you get up and you head out the door and it looks like it's going to be decent and the roads are a lot slicker than what you think. So remember, take it slow. Katie, thank you. Thank you. We've served together quite a bit over the last 6 years, and it's always a pleasure. And I am always learning something from you and your approach and how you handle things. And we needed somebody who could step in and just hit the ground running and had the context of a lot of things. And you, again, continue to serve your community. And I hope you don't go far, because in one way, shape, or form, the community has continued to benefit from your involvement. And I couldn't be prouder to call you a peer, and you're a friend, and I thank you for everything. So you've been amazing. Thank you. With that, we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Oh, second.
We'll let her do that.
All right, yep. I didn't have dinner.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Katie, second by Nick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned at 7:36.